AI can already write basic code, so junior jobs are shrinking. But the demand for developers who can actually build things? It's skyrocketing. Which mean the old way of learning web dev, just sitting back and watching hours of tutorials, isn't enough anymore. If ChatGPT writes your boilerplate, you don't need another video, you need to build. That's why we're doing this differently. Learn just enough to get started, then use it until it becomes second nature before jumping into the next lesson. Every project starts somewhere. Before we build anything cool, we need a home base. Developers call it the root folder. Just pick a location that works for you. Create a new folder and name it. I'll call mine Nirmata root. We are keeping this ultra minimal. Inside that root folder, we just need one folder and two files. First is the folder. Name it assets. This is the designated parking spot for all your media like images, videos, icons, and fonts. Second, the files. Create index.html, which is your actual website, and style.css, which is the paint and wardrobe that makes it look beautiful. If your files still have a text icon, don't worry, you probably did everything right. This is one of the most common beginner mistakes. By default, Windows hides file extensions. So even if you named your file index.html, it might actually be index.html.txt. To fix it, open File Explorer, go to View, and then toggle Show option. Just enable file name extensions. You'll now see the real extension. Simply delete the .txt part. Windows will ask if you're sure, just click Yes. Your file should instantly become an HTML file, and you can open it in your browser with a double click. And that's it. Seriously. Double-click your HTML file, and you've already built a website. Sure, it's just a blank white page, but it works. Now, open that file in a text editor and type a random sentence. Refresh the browser, and it'll show up. Pretty cool. But did you notice something? The browser doesn't really understand what your text means. That's because browsers speak a language called HTML. And like any language, it has its own vocabulary. We call them tags. If you want the browser to understand you, you'll need to learn them. But before we start writing HTML, let's set up the tool we'll use for the rest of the course. Now, what exactly is an IDE? It stands for Integrated Development Environment, which is basically just a piece of software that helps us write code way faster. It keeps everything in one place, makes your files easy to access, and even highlights your writing or syntax errors before they cause problems. I personally prefer vscode. If you're just starting out, I highly recommend using it too so your screen matches mine and you can follow along more easily. But hey, if you're already familiar with another tool, just use that, it is totally fine. To get started, just navigate to the VS Code website. There is a link in the description, download it, and follow the installation instructions. Once it is done, open it up, and you can just drag and drop the folder we created earlier right into the window. For this video, I want to keep things short and dive directly into the technicals and HTML syntax. But if you have more time and want to master the tool a bit better, I have linked a video for you right here with a ton of awesome shortcuts that you can test out. Every single website on the internet starts with the exact same hidden skeleton, and we are going to write it out piece by piece. To talk to the browser, we use angle brackets. Most of these tags work in pairs. An opening tag to start a rule, and a closing tag with a / to stop it. Right at the top, we type our very first line, doctype HTML. This one is special. It does not need a closing tag. It simply tells the browser, hey, this is an HTML5 document, so render it the modern way. Funny enough, this line used to be ridiculously long. Today, it's just 15 characters, and we've been using this tiny line for well over a decade. Next, we open the HTML tag and close it at the bottom. This wraps around absolutely everything, acting like the outer walls of our house. In tech, this is called the root element. Every other HTML tag lives inside it. Sometimes it may be hidden, but it's still the starting point for everything on the page. Inside those walls, we split the page into two main sections. First, we type the head tag and close it. This is everything behind the scenes. The user will not see this on the actual page, but it is crucial for setup. Inside this head section, we write our title tag, type our website name, and close it. Whatever text you put between those two tags instantly becomes the name on your browser tab. Right below that, we need to bring in our tab logo using a link tag. This is a self-closing tag, meaning it does not need a second tag with a slash because it does not wrap around text. Instead, we pack it with attributes, which are extra pieces of information hidden right inside the bracket. We add rel equals icon to tell the browser this link is for an icon, and then we add ref quals assets / favicon ICO. That ref attribute is like a map coordinate, pointing the browser directly to the image file address inside our assets folder. The link tag is incredibly versatile. What it does depends on the rel attribute you give it. But instead of memorizing them all, I've created a cheat sheet with the most useful ones. You can grab it on my Discord in today's video thread. Now we step outside the head and open the body tag, closing it just before the final HTML tag. This is the main stage. Everything the user actually sees lives right here. Inside the body, let us write our very first container using a div tag and then close it. Think of a div as an invisible storage box. On its own, it does not show anything on the screen, but we use it to group different elements together so we can style them and move them around later. And just like that, with a few lines of code, you have built the foundation of the entire internet. Look, if this felt simple, that is exactly the point. There are actually over 100 HTML tags out there in the wild. But here is the secret. Most developers use less than half of them on a daily basis, and you already master 7 by your own. So forget memorizing hundreds of tags. Forget spending hours just watching tutorials. That's not how programmers actually learn. You learn by building, by experimenting, by making mistakes and fixing them. That's how the tags become second nature. And in a few months, you'll go from staring at an empty file to confidently building modern, complex interfaces without the blank page syndrome. To help you skip the memorization and jump straight into doing, I put together a full cheat sheet, a bunch of fun practice exercises, and all the assets from today's video over on our Discord server. All you have to do is click the invite to join the channel, and then follow the link straight to the thread for today's video. You have got the foundation down, so just keep building.